Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession and the Chancellor.
I declare that the 585th Convocation of McMaster University for the conferring of degrees is now in session.
Please be seated. Good morning. My name is David Farrar, and I am the Provost and Vice President Academic of McMaster University. This morning I have the great pleasure of acting as your Master of Ceremony and of being the first to welcome you all to this convocation ceremony. I'd like to start by recognizing and acknowledging that we meet today on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and the Haudenosaunee nations, within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some of the leaders who have joined me on stage today. In the middle of the stage is our Chancellor, Dr. Suzanne Labarge. To her right is our President, Dr. Patrick Dean. To her left is the Vice President, University Advancement, Ms. Mary Williams. The President and Vice Chancellor Emeritus, Dr. Elvin Lee. And the Dean of the Faculty of Social Science, Dr. Jeremiah Hurley. Before we start this morning's ceremony, I would ask everyone in the hall to switch off any electronic devices that may beep or ring during the ceremony. And I would like to call upon our Chancellor, Dr. Labarge, to make her welcoming remarks.
Welcome, honored guests, staff, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, graduands. This is an exciting day for all of you who are graduating today, as well as for all those people who have supported you and stood behind you, and in many cases have had a key role in you being here today. You've achieved a great deal to get here, and you should all be very proud of your success and looking forward to what the future might bring. Congratulations, and enjoy the ceremony.
I would now like to introduce the Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences, Dr. Hurley, and welcome him to make his opening remarks.
Let me begin by congratulating you graduates and your family, friends, and all those who are with you today on this special occasion. As Dean of the Faculty, let me emphasize how proud we are of you and all of your accomplishments. One of the most gratifying aspects of being an educator is to witness the transformation take place as students advance in their studies, gain the skills, confidence, and experience that will serve as a foundation for lifelong learning. McMaster prides itself on being a research-intensive, student-centered university, consistently ranked as one of the very best universities in the world. In the Faculty of Social Sciences, we take seriously both of these critical components of McMaster's mission. As a student-centered university, we have an unwavering commitment to excellence and innovation in undergraduate education. This commitment manifests itself in numerous ways throughout our programs. Recently, this is perhaps best exemplified by the integration of active learning principles made possible by our active learning classrooms in the recently completed L.R. Wilson Hall for the Liberal Arts. Many of you graduates have now had a chance to take a class in these classrooms. These technologically advanced settings enable your active engagement in learning through problem-based questions. And such active learning reflects our commitment to the twin pillars of a social science education. On the one hand, all of us have striven to provide you with the concepts, the ideas, the frameworks, and skills that you need to understand key challenges in Canadian society and indeed our global community. And so many of these challenges, whether it be immigration, political divisiveness, economic inequality, environmental degradation, are at root social problems, best understood through the lens of social sciences. But being able to analyze such questions to gain greater understanding is not enough. You must also be equipped to engage with others, from your family, friends, to local organizations, and indeed global institutions, to bring about the desired change that truly advances societal well-being. And such genuine engagement then leads back to greater insight and understanding. And hence, our approach of twin mutually reinforcing pillars of understanding and engagement is the foundation for social sciences education. And we hope that these learning opportunities, combined with your extracurricular activities, have created an exceptional student experience and given you the full set of skills needed both in your professional life and to make you the kinds of engaged citizens that foster vibrant society dedicated to the well-being of all of our communities. Welcome.
I would now like to welcome Dr. Patrick Dean, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium, who will be presenting our honorary degree recipient.
Chancellor Labarge, by the authority of the Senate of McMaster University, I have the honor to present Kenneth Hall. Ken Hall is a two-time McMaster University graduate, having earned his Bachelor of Arts in Geography in 1955 and his Bachelor of Physical Education in 1960. With subsequent degrees in education from the University of Toronto and Niagara University, he established a 31-year career with the Hamilton Wentworth Board of Education, where he taught at the primary and secondary levels and served as vice principal and principal. Throughout his time with the board, he was an active coach for sports, including track and curling, and he served as a travel coordinator for secondary school exchanges with destinations including Quebec, Saskatchewan, Mexico, and India. As influential as Mr. Hall was during his career as an educator, his greatest legacy has been developed through his dedication as a volunteer, and a cornerstone of that part of his life has been McMaster University. A longtime volunteer with the McMaster Alumni Association, Mr. Hall served 2 terms as the association's president and used that time to spearhead the development of academic-based branches. He was a leader in the founding of the Alumni Association to help connect women graduates to their undergraduate counterparts. He was the co-founder and first president of the Geography Alumni Branch, as well as an alumni representative to the University Senate, and one of the founders and the longtime chair of the Alumni Gallery Committee. In some of these roles, Mr. Hall worked in partnership with his wife and fellow Mac grad, Joan Tennant Hall. In 1987, the McMaster Alumni Association presented Mr. Hall with its highest honor, the Distinguished Service Award. Beyond McMaster, Mr. Hall's community impact has been significant, particularly in the local environmental sector. He chaired the Hamilton Wentworth Sustainable Community Day Steering Committee and the Niagara Escarpment World Biosphere Reserve Interpretive Center Steering Committee, while also serving as the environmental coordinator of the Hamilton Wentworth Millennium Committee. He has been publicity director for the Hamilton Naturalists Club and a member of both the Royal Botanical Gardens Conservation Committee and the Hamilton Harbor Fish and Wildlife Habitat Restoration Committee. His signature accomplishments, however, are his roles as a founder of the Bay Area Restoration Council, as founder and primary champion of the Giants Rib Discovery Center Escarpment Education Network, and his decades of contributions to the progress our community has made on the Hamilton Harbor Remedial Action Plan. Mr. Hall, who has also volunteered with United Way and served as president of the Dundas Rotary Club, received the 2014 Conservation Halton Citizen Award and the 1996 Hamilton Naturalists Club Environmentalist of the Year Award. In 2016, he received the Ontario Medal for Good Citizenship, and fittingly, he is now a member of the McMaster Alumni Gallery, the program he designed to recognize our university's most interesting and exceptional graduates. Chancellor Labarge, it is a privilege to present to you an educator, an environmentalist, a community leader, and, as many people here today can attest, one of our community's greatest recruiters of fellow volunteers. I ask that you recognize these many and important achievements by conferring upon Kenneth Hall the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Kenneth Hall, by the authority of McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa in McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to that degree. Congratulations. I'll get you to sign over here. No, sign over here first. I would now like to invite Dr. Hall to deliver the convocation address. No.
Madam Chancellor, President Dean, honored guests, graduates, family, and friends, I would like to thank the Senate of McMaster University for selecting me as a recipient for an honor degree and for asking me to give a brief address to the graduating students who are attending this convocation. When the presentation of an honorary degree was made to me, I looked out on the audience, at my wife and my family, at my friends and associates, and I knew that without the support that they had given me, I would not be standing here today. When things were said about my accomplishments, these people knew that they also played major roles in the development of those projects. My success depended so much on them, and I would like to share the honor of this award with them today. Graduates, may I say that this convocation is not that different for you. You are here to receive public recognition for your accomplishments, and for that you should celebrate. But remember that you are also here for your parents, family, and friends who have supported you for many years to help you reach this goal. I hope you have used your stay at McMaster to develop new friends and have used the opportunity to work and interchange ideas with them. McMaster is now encouraging students from all over the world to study here. This has presented you with a wonderful opportunity to enrich your life by developing friendships with people who have different experiences from yours. Now that you are receiving your degree, just don't shake your friends' hands and say goodbye. Do what you can to retain these friendships. These are people that you can count on to help and support you throughout your career. You may believe that you are capable of facing the world by yourself, but if you have some worthwhile ideas to develop, it is probably better to have friends to help you turn your small ideas into big ones. This is my message to you. You can never have enough friends. Consider McMaster to be one of your friends. McMaster is constantly adding postgraduate courses that will assist you in your lifelong learning. It is a special university because it follows the careers of its graduates very closely. I'm certain it will do for you what it has done for me by giving you recognition for your achievements and by offering you support when you need it. I consider myself to be a wealthy man, not because I have a lot of money, which I don't, but because I have many friends. As new graduates, I am very envious of you because I would like to be young again and graduating with you. You realize that you are graduating at a time when our society needs you more than ever. I am speaking to you as a geographer now when I say that we have reached a crisis situation with global warming and climate change, which are advancing at such a rapid rate that they are threatening to destroy our civilization as we now know it. Everything, yes, everything in our world must be adjusted to combat global warming and climate change. Unfortunately, the older generations like mine either do not know how to cope or are slow to react. This is where you fit in. You are the new generations known as the change makers. This is your opportunity to join the workforce as entrepreneurs prepared to create new jobs or change the existing ones that will stimulate the new ideas that are rapidly needed to combat this crisis. I should not use the word crisis too frequently because I want you to see that these times are your opportunity to step up and identify the problems and figure out how to solve them. I believe that whatever your field of study has been, McMaster has provided you with the tools to make these contributions. You have a very excellent future ahead of you. That is why I would like to be in your shoes and be a young graduate with you today. So get out there, change makers, and make your contribution to your society. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hall, for those comments. On a day where we're here to celebrate academic achievements, it's really nice to have somebody who reminds us of the human aspect of our education as well. And Dr. Hall, as you can tell from the citation, has contributed enormously both to the university and the community within which he lives, and we are delighted to be able to honor him again today. Thank you.
Dr. Dean will now come forward to present the graduands to our Chancellor for admission to their degrees.
Would the graduands please stand? Madam Chancellor, on behalf of McMaster University Senate, I present to you these candidates and those in absentia in order that you may confer the appropriate degrees upon them, and I bear witness that they are worthy and suitable.
Graduands, by my authority and that of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to admit those before me today and those in absentia to their individual degrees at McMaster University with all of the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. My sincere congratulations to you all. Please be seated.
Graduates, I now ask each of you to join me on stage so that the Chancellor and I may welcome you to the McMaster community of scholars.
Ladies and gentlemen, so that each graduate's name may be heard, it would be appreciated if during the presentation of the graduands, you would hold your collective applause to the end of each degree category. Thank you. Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Nikki Marie Brown. Erica Speakman. Ismail Traore. Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Social Work. Naham Azam. Chelsea Brianne Gabrielle.
Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours. Aditayo Adebowale. Oluwatumini Minu Adegoroye. Natalie Ajay Asamoah. Nada Afhil. Nicole Ajay Odame. Isra Asma Ahmed. Abdullah Ahmed Al-Hamlawi. Irum Fatima Alam. Veronica Catherine Allen. Kendra Nicole Ullman. Rafaela Amorieri. Kalina Marie Anderson. Sarah Lynn Arbing. Apirami Arunagiri. Zoe O'Grady Asquith. Victoria Brianna Atto. Julia Ayad. Marisa Danielle Bacchetti. Faith Esther Balandovich. Subesh Baral. Sarah Barbash. Jessica Beattie. Alicia Marie Baudouin. Brooke Catherine Belawomini. Nicola Rachel Benincasa. Brianna Christine Barat. Monica Bula. Charlie Christine Bida. Tanoy Kumar Biswas. Stephanie Francis Blackborough. Grace Teresa Bocking. Jessica Natalie Bossé. Emily Sattler Bradford. Amanda Michelle Bradley. Megan Catherine Bresnichar. Justin Brown. Anthony James Bruno. Shalisa Venita Busquith. Samantha Hope Boyce. Shuit Ermias Buzwan. Nicholas Danielle Cadman. Marina Patricia Camacho. Josephine Jessica Campbell. Amy Rebecca Carter. Laura Louise Castellan. Christopher Chan. Rachel Louis Chan. Raymond Ka Ming Chan. Matthew Kenneth Mongyen Sweatman Chow. Asha Chima. William Samuel Chong. Summer Jane Chowin. Lauren Michelle Clark. Megan Conway. Spencer Alana Coombe. Kenneth Scott de Jong. Rihanna Jasmine Selena de Silva. Vanessa Rosana Del Monaco. Daniela Del Razo. Jessica Marie DeMarchi. Presley Jones Starr Dennison. Paige Marie Deschamps. Caitlin Marie Donaldson. Julian Dolac. Deepa Deepika Dugran. Elena Dostanko. Christine Jessica Doyle. Stella Borislavova Dojčivina. Heather Elaine Dreiser. Courtney Dryden. Margarita Elena Grace Dewsbury. Cara Duncan. Emily Dunlop. Madison Rose Dykstra. Esiosa Egiotjato. Beth Caitlin Ekron. Bushra Emriolu. Oyeshi Faroko Zaman. Rachel Fazari. Angelica Liliana Flores. Lok Hang Fok. Elena Maya Foster Chandler. Chelsea Renee Foucault. Melissa Ganguly. Ryan Gavin. Tori Gillis. Alison Susan Nancy Goldie. Stella Marie Golovach. Juan Bo Gong. Kyla Marie Gonçalves Rocha. Nicole Nancy Gravina. Monica Greenwood. Paige Greshuk. Momina Habib. Alaya Hamid. Benafsha Hamidi. Alex Hahn. Cara Elizabeth Hanna. Rachel Hartley. Sarah Caitlin Headley. Emma Patricia Hemsley. Elizabeth Hodgson. Kristen Ashley Houlihan. Whitney Huynh. Sharouk Ibrahim. Alisa Laura Inglis. Suad Yaqub Isa. Navdeep Yagdev. Christina Alexandria Jagger. Bowen Jang. Emily Rebecca Johnson. Tashai Lorelee Johnson. Michael James Cann. Jenna Kasim. Hufria Katelli. Emma Keane. Brad Tyler Keslick. Raisa Khan. Aya Khanfour. Diana Rose Kes Grabetz. Caitlin Angela Dawn Knott. Sasha Kotick. Matthew Kojar. Vishnavi Kumarasingham. Lauren Lapierre. Shauna Laws. Jenna Lahu. Megan Alisa Levesque. Brittany Lee Lickers. Adriana Lilich. Jonathan Lim. Abigail Jane Little. Vanessa Yushan Lu. Kylie Lockwood. Chelsea Lowes. Monica Deep Lu. Nicole Lubrick. Angela Luo. Eden McCausland. Caroline Ann MacDonald. Alexis Jade Mackey. Swati G. Marahaj. Maria Luca Malatesta. Sabrina Rose Malfara. Amber Tanvir Malik. Erendeep Manan. Kyle Elizabeth Martell. Grace Catherine Martin. Erin Page Mather. Julia McCann. Paige McCarthy. Brittany Lynn McClure. Finbar McDonald. Lauren Cavell Millward. Brooke Amanda Moore. Kathleen Danielle Moore. Abigail Colleen Morrison. Alexandru Nikolai Mostepan. Jasmine Metalina Muir. Olga Mikitsi. Jasmine Nanda. Shiromi Navaratnam. Christine Nguyen Dang. Olivia Nixon. Hameda Nyamake. Armand Frank Palmer. Courtney May Palmer. Sean Michael Parry. Carly Ida Pasucci. Darshana Patel. Alismita Pathak. Shannon Pearson. Fernanda Jimena Perez de Alday. Stephanie Sophia Parota. Nivesha Yade Persad Marahaj. Brittany Alicia Passoud. Brandon James Petter. Richard Pikacek Vaka. Giselle Lois Pinto. Dana Alexandria Joan Popadin. Patricia Powder. Sarah Marisa Powell. Simra Asim Puri. Saruthi Raghavan. Asvini Ravindran. Vian Resh. Cassandra Grace Richardson. Stephanie Elizabeth Rigg. Anna Marie Rodriguez. Marlena Rosa Romero. Elizabeth Root. Roxana Rostami Jam. Emma Rowe. Sarah Santososo. Alicia Marie San Giorgio. Heidi Elizabeth Schneider. Luke Schonberger. Gillian Scott. Vashti Chandni Serpesod. Yuanwan Shao. Natasha Yasmin Shekan. Zoe Elizabeth Shepherd. Zara Fatima Shirazi. Daniela Sherman. Laila Fairlane Shim. Chantel Marie Silvera. Suthasi Sivabalan. Kelsey Smith. Megan Elizabeth Smith. Tatiana Smith. Tsarina Catherine Elizabeth Smith. James Kenneth Robert Stanley. Madeline Isabel Stead. Sydney Karina Stefanovic. Laura Patsy Stevenson. Sarah Jakmal Sudki. Caroline Alexandra Summers. Emma Agnes Swan. Robert Joseph Chorek. Oral Thessa Maya Anafan. Olivia Asha Tom. Cassandra Tomei Tisha. Bianca Brittany Tomlinson. Rachel Janice Tooby. Anna Tuyet Ning True. Lindsay Ann Vermeeren. Emily Helena Webb. Brendan Andre Weby Malitsky. Alexia Joanna Wenzing. Brooke Verga. Daniel Charles Whitaker. Tiffany Ashley Williams. Michaela Jeanette Wilson. Emily Claire Wood. Fatima Nurin Yusufi. Shekaba Yusufi. Hang Xiang Yu.
Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Social Work Honors. Amber Anderson. Kyla Marie Creamy. Amy Dam. Julia Lynn Getchell. Jody Marianne Jean Jones. Roche Keene. Haruka Kanai. Kayla Joanne Lavalley. Candice Scopa. Kristen Lisbeth Webb. Justine Westerman. Brianne Williams. Nikki Williamson. Sarah Patricia Wood. Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Social Work. Danielle Elise Beaton. Natalie Andrea Busato. Delisha Yvonne Davis. Christina Michelle Gregg. Kaylee Hamill. Josephine Harley. Sarah Hashmi. Nicole Hemstra. Samar Sajad Hussain. Ariel Kligerman. Erin June Lee. Julia Nicole Marconi. Angeline Dakota Mintz. Allison Laura Moreau. Nokwanda Nikombo. Angela Catherine Padavono. Jasmine Kaur Soedia. Holly Studley. Julia Sharon Vamos. Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Social Work. Laila Al-Said. Stephanie Benet. Liana Das. Sarah McGregor Dodds Green. Kristen Leah Haynes. Jonathan Harley. Amber Hart Boland. Heather Humphrey. Paman Judge. Melissa Marie Kearns. Cassie Liviero. Shauna Maddow. Elise McCready. Erica Kathleen McKenzie. Rufaida Mohammed. Carolyn Saunders. Manu Sayani Mulji. Marley Jillian Tansley. Tristan Vanderbent.
Madam Chancellor, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Arts. Yara Abu Samra. Emma Lee Riley Albin. Michael Allen. Peyton Alexandra Ansaldo Winters. Anjini Varsha Avasarala. Caitlin Bautista. Ana Lucia Berano Ceballos. Rebecca Marie Bodo. Anthony James Byrne. Jessica Ann Chadsey. Gavanpreet Dillon. Amanda Dmitri. Sarah Rebecca Donoff. Haley Driscoll. Ibasa Dugaza. Alicia Evans. Thomas Garus. Michaela Laurie Gelblum. Zanib Salman Guman. Amnit Gill. Nadira Hussan. Rachel Heldon. Aisha Hussein. Jennifer Margaret Hunter. Lydia Rachel James. Pavel Yedziowski. Julie Khanji. Gina Kim. Holly Landry. Jennifer Erin Lemon. Sydney Jean Leslie. Nicholas Holden Luis. Talia Crystal Marie McDougall. Ebony Beverly Marshall Hall. Helen Marie Margetts. Zoya Masoudi. Summer McKay. Teresa Camille McPherson. Charlene Linda Mifflin. Paula Jean Mitchell. Daniel Joseph Morin. Noor Iman Nadim. Kayla Avasa Nauth. Heran Nigash. Kyle Nickerson. Catherine Scarlett O'Brien. Casey Pacheco. Brittany Patricia May Pask. Jonathan Patterson. Alana Rochelle Pierre. Nicole Michelle Prishak. Antonino Pugliese. Sabrina Adhira Rego. Zachary Alexander Riederhalk. Isra Saleh. Joanna Isabel Sampaio. Dawson Bill Seeley. Kirthana Selvaraja. Jonathan Serpan. Maywish Sheikh. Sabiha Somani. Davina Dashani Samaru. Mabel Christina May Sori Quinn. Milica Alexandra Stankovic. Robert Colin Sterling. Inderdeep Kaur. Navjot Kaur Tut. Stephen Joseph Washington. Robert Michael Wingrove. Taylor Woodard. Trevor Bird Zing. Alexandra Denise Zuniga.
Let's give one more round of applause to all our newest graduates. I would now like to introduce Ms. Rufaida Mohammed, a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Social Work, who will be delivering the valedictory address.
Chancellor Labarge, President Dane, Provost Farrar, faculty, staff, honored guests, loved ones, friends, and fellow graduates, congratulations. Class of 2018, today is our day. Ours to cherish and to reflect on this incredible accomplishment. I'm sure that for most of us here, there's an overwhelming sense of relief and maybe even shock that we've actually made it to the end in one piece. But we have not reached this point in our lives on our own. This moment is sweeter still because we share it with loved ones who have sacrificed so much to help us attain success. And for this, we are eternally grateful. I am the first in my family to attain a post-secondary education. My family sought out opportunities that would ultimately allow me to pursue my dreams while holding on to theirs. Graduates, let's hear it for our loved ones. We also share this moment with many people here at McMaster. The faculty and staff who have welcomed us as unassuming, nervous, tenacious new students in our first years have journeyed along with us as we work towards this day. Let's show them our appreciation for their dedication and commitment. So now what? What lies ahead for us? Well, for starters, I hope there will be good food after the ceremony. I hope there will be good wishes and good cheer. And as we celebrate, I hope there will be moments of reflection where we consider those elements in our years of study that have challenged us and also consider what we've done to overcome those challenges. But beyond the celebration, let's face it, some of us have no idea what the next steps are going to be, and that's okay. Because as McMaster Social Science graduates, we have a strong sense of who we are. As Rumi so wisely said, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are an entire ocean in a drop. Our education has equipped us with the tools we need to be successful no matter where we go. And even if the exact path may not be clear, give us time. We will find our unique way forward. What is our ultimate destination? A brighter world. We are a generation that has witnessed great changes. We have become a world community that is much more diverse and multifaceted. We have experienced advances in science and technology, globalization, capitalism, and even developed new hybrid identities that are marked by socio-political reforms. I'm sure our parents and grandparents could not have imagined these possibilities. But we know that we live in a world that still faces many challenges, where intolerance and inequalities continue to exist, where not everyone has the privileges and opportunities that we have been given, including the privilege of studying at one of the best universities in the world. Where differences are seen as threatening, where too many of our fellow human beings continue to reside on the margins of society, and where too many continue to suffer materially, economically, and spiritually. It would seem as though our humanity is at a critical juncture as we race into the 21st century. But never before have I felt so hopeful of a brighter future. As new graduates, we have social science degrees that have equipped us with a heightened awareness of these issues and has provided a deep and profound understanding of the underlying causes of many of our social ills. We have learned to be accountable and responsible in the face of adversities, and we take ownership of the work we can bring about by doing positive changes in our environments. We have learned that we can be the voices of those who cannot speak for themselves. Know that we are the resilient leaders of tomorrow. Know that we are the resilient leaders of tomorrow. Know that we are the resilient leaders of tomorrow. In this moment, recognize your uniqueness, your passion, your innovation, your strengths, and your courage. Through our experiences at McMaster, we have also learned to look beyond our own individual differences and instead to our similarities and common goals that are laced within our humanity. So here is my ask. Look around you, to your left, to your right. Recognize the faces of those who you call on as friends and supporters as we build our collective future together. We are a microcosm of the world, and working together over the time we have been here at McMaster shows us what is completely possible. Each of us bring our own talents, skills, and perspectives into the critical conversations we have with one another, which empowers us to use our agency to bring about change. One thing is for certain, and that is change is inevitable. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world," and this serves as my mantra every single day. In closing, hold tightly to hope, because we stand on the threshold of exciting and extraordinary new discoveries. Consider the legacy you've come from as McMaster graduates and where you want to be in the future. As alumni, we are committed to improving people's lives through our contributions to global knowledge. Be aware that our actions pave the way for those who will come after us. Know that the world is a brighter place because of the good values and beliefs you bring to it, and your ideals are a testament of who you are. The future awaits us, and the possibilities are endless. Chancellor Labarge, President Dean, Provost Farrar, the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafida. May I now introduce Dawn Bridgman, a graduate from the Bachelor of Physical Education class of 1978 and a representative of the McMaster Alumni Association. Dawn will now deliver the Alumni Association address.
Chancellor Labarge, President Dean, award winners, honorees, McMaster faculty, fellow alumni, guests, and especially members of the McMaster class of 2018. If a convocation could talk, it might tell you, your life is changing, so come take part of this ancient ritual while your parents take pictures of you wearing a borrowed gown. Crossing this stage marks one of the most significant changes in your life. You're moving from your career as a student to a career as a professional, or from being an undergraduate student to being a graduate student, Or maybe you're going to trade the goals and routines of university for something more free-form and personal. We all experience the graduation transition in our own way. No doubt, many more transitions are ahead of you as you move through the stages of your life. What won't change, though, is that your experience of earning your degree will always be part of you, and you will always be part of this community. At times, that connection will feel strong. Other times, it will take a backseat gracefully to other priorities. But when you do want to turn that lifelong relationship into an activity, a social media connection, volunteering, or any one of a dozen other kinds of opportunity, the McMaster Alumni Association will be there for you. That's our job. You can read about your alma mater, your fellow alumni and classmates in MAC, the news magazine for alumni, either in print or digitally, or through our monthly e-newsletter, Maroon Mail. You can be part of the MAC alumni communities on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And if you really like sharing news and bragging to your friends about great things happening at McMaster, join our team of social ambassadors called Social Marauders, and we'll thank you with some great swag. And if you're staying in the area, I would encourage you to participate in MAC 10 events. This series of events and services includes career assistance, mentoring, and online and in-personal networking and great socials designed specifically for new grads like you. If you find yourself living far from McMaster, keep an eye out on the events calendar as we do try and make our way out to all corners of the globe from time to time. When you leave here today, I know it's likely that nothing I've just said will stick with you, and that's fine. The association has just sent you an email with a little fun quiz reflecting on your university years. When you do the quiz, take a moment to look and have a look around the website to see everything that we offer. The website's alumni.mcmaster.ca. And I'm guessing you'll be surprised at how much is available to you now as a new grad and throughout your life. So whenever it is wherever it is that you're already, whenever it is that you're ready to connect, we'll be here. I've been heavily involved in the McMaster Alumni Association now for over 35 years, and it's been an extremely rewarding and interesting experience. And I would encourage all of you to get involved in one way or another. And I want to thank sincerely our distinguished honorary degree recipient this morning, Ken Hall, Dr. Ken Hall, who was the person that got me involved with the Alumni Association about 37 years ago. He said, come on, be involved for a couple years, it'll be good. But Ken, congratulations on your honorary degree, extremely well-deserved, and thank you so much for encouraging me to get involved with the Alumni Association. So members of the class of 2018, my sincerest congratulations on your convocation and welcome to the McMaster Alumni Association. We're very proud indeed to have you join the MAC alumni family. Well done.
Thank you, Don. I now invite Dr. Dean back to the podium to deliver his President's address.
Madam Chancellor, Dr. Hall, distinguished colleagues, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Convocation, one often points out on occasions like this, is a communal event, a calling together of the different members and constituencies of the university family for the purpose of celebrating both individual achievements and our shared vision and mission. In a public institution like McMaster, where the education provided to students is very clearly understood to be both an individual and a social benefit, speakers like myself tend to address themselves to the balance that all of you, our graduates are expected to strike in the lives that you will live beyond today's ceremony. In one form or another, the advice you're typically given is this: seek personal fulfillment and success, but never forget your obligation to serve also the greater good. Now, in such a context, you're unlikely to hear anyone celebrating the virtues of ambition, a human attribute our culture on the whole regards with suspicion because we associate it with selfish, indeed sometimes antisocial attitudes. We talk of someone displaying naked ambition, for example, meaning ambition unmediated, uncontrolled, not linked to a purpose beyond itself. Now, this is the kind of ambition that Shakespeare was thinking about in his play Macbeth. I expect many of you know the plot of that tragedy. Macbeth is a Scottish general whose ambition is kindled by a group of witches who predict he will one day become King of Scotland. He becomes consumed with ambition, plots to murder the king, and pondering that course of action utters these famous lines: "I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other side." My daughter, who's now in her 30s, has spent her life riding horses, so I'm very well trained to identify this as an equestrian metaphor in Shakespeare. A rider, properly in control of their horse, pricks the sides of the animal with their spurs to initiate a jump. The point of Macbeth's surprisingly candid observation is that there is no particular goal spurring him on, nothing other than vaulting ambition, or the desire simply to jump, with no regard for the point of doing it. His, in other words, is selfish or uncontrolled ambition, which he acknowledges gets easily out of control. It o'erleaps itself and can end in confusion or disaster, as indeed it did for our unfortunate Scottish pretender, who in one famous film version at least, this is the Polanski version of the play, wound up with his head on a spike as a lesson to others. That's why people are wary of making ambition a theme for convocation speeches. At the same time, though, it is important to acknowledge that ambition in some form must play an important role in the work of universities and the lives of the people who comprise them, whether students, faculty, staff, or alumni. You're all here today, for example, celebrating your graduation because you have aspired to achieve this. Each of you knows how much hard work has brought you here, and I hope you're right now experiencing the pleasure of personal ambitions legitimately fulfilled. And if, as Rafida suggested, you're not all sure what comes next, that's fine and understandable, and it's certainly not an indication that your ambition has o'erleapt itself. The desire for knowledge, enlightenment, and understanding is always a sufficient spur to action. It is ambition of a very pure and admirable kind. But many of you have greater and more concrete ambitions than this, I know. That is one of the things that make universities such wonderful places to work. While they exist in a sense because of ambition, because of our determination to know and to understand our society and our world, they nourish our imaginations and they fuel even greater aspirations. And by doing that, they prompt us to identify even more challenging goals for ourselves and for our society at large. Universities are places, in other words, in which the innocent and not so innocent ambition of individuals can and should be channeled for the betterment of our society and our world. In 1918, the British philosopher Bertrand Russell, for whose archives, as some of you may know, McMaster provides a home, was about to be imprisoned for his pacifist activities. Pondering proposed roads to freedom, he wrote this: While the great majority of men and women in ordinary times pass through life without ever contemplating or criticizing either their own conditions or those of the world at large, a certain percentage, guided by personal ambition, make the effort of thought and will which is necessary to place themselves among the more fortunate members of the community. But very few among these are seriously concerned to secure for all the advantages which they seek to secure for themselves. It is only a few rare and exceptional men and women who have that kind of love toward mankind at large that makes them unable to endure patiently the general mass of evil and suffering, regardless of any relation it may have to their own lives. And in this long passage, Russell admirably describes the way in which that always slightly ambivalent thing, personal ambition, is transmogrified in some people into unambiguous good. As some seek to secure for all the advantages which they seek for themselves, Russell's words, ambition for the self turns into ambition for the good of a whole society. Speaking almost exactly 12 years ago at Northwestern University at an event just like this one, Barack Obama remarked on a certain quality of poverty in ambition for the self, because paradoxically, he said, it asks too little of the self. And this is how he glossed that point. It is only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. Obama's point was partly that personal ambition is not necessarily incompatible with an altruistic social vision. Indeed, that the latter is frequently an extension or a fulfillment of the former. Now, all of this is to acknowledge that while our society is nervous about ambition, as well it should be given recent developments on the world stage, humanity will go nowhere without it. And we must continually find positive and constructive ways to stimulate it, to articulate it, and to direct it. As graduates of McMaster, you are the beneficiaries of 130 years of positive ambition. What an effort of thought and will went into the opening of our medical school in 1970, the construction of the McMaster nuclear reactor in 1957, the establishment of the McMaster Museum of Art, the invention on our campus of problem-based learning, the founding of numerous world-class McMaster research institutes, not to mention the science and art of discovery as practiced in labs and classrooms across our campus every day. The Bertrand Russell Archive, which I mentioned earlier, is also evidence of the ambitious spirit that seems always to have been at work at McMaster. That the papers of this major British figure would end up in Hamilton, Ontario in 1968 certainly seemed unimaginable to people in Britain at the time and to many in this country, except to McMaster's librarian, Dr. Will Reedy, and to my predecessor, Dr. Harry Thode, both of whom had the highest possible aspirations for McMaster as a center for scholarship and made it their goal to bring the archives here. Rafida alluded to this as well. This year, McMaster has been acknowledged as the most research-intensive university in Canada. For the second year in a row, we are a finalist institution for the Global Teaching Excellence Award offered by the Higher Education Academy and Times Higher Education in London, England. McMaster rose to 66th place in the academic ranking of world universities and was up 35 places at 78th position in the Times Higher Education world rankings. To put that in perspective, given that there are more than 18,000 universities in the world, that means that you are graduating from an institution in the top 0.5% globally. You could not have made it here without ambition, and McMaster could not have achieved that kind of standing without generations of effort, thought, and will, and a determination to pursue and to achieve the highest goals possible. Anyone who's walked across the McMaster campus during the past year will know the goal on which we've most recently focused our ambition, and you've heard the phrase already from this platform today: the achievement of a brighter world through education, research, and engagement with our community, whether you define that community locally or globally. Now, in many ways, there is nothing new about this as the focus of McMaster's aspirations. Ever since our founding in 1887, the mission of this university has been to serve society by contributing to the advancement and application of cutting-edge thought and science, by deepening our understanding of society and culture, and by fostering and celebrating creativity. Pursuing the highest possible standards in each of those areas is what has brought us to our current standing in Canada and in the world. But is the pursuit of excellence in and for itself sufficient justification for the investment which society makes in institutions like ours? To some extent it is, or must be. But if we go back to that passage from Macbeth, we will remember that there are certain dangers in self-justifying, vaulting ambition. What was missing in the case of Macbeth's ambition was a spur to prick the intent, a motive, an incentive, a well-articulated goal. Those brighter world banners to be seen everywhere on our campus are intended to remind us that all the work that goes on in the university, teaching, learning, research, creation, innovation, is ultimately done in service of a goal. And that goal is the realization of a world that is healthier, happier, more just and equitable, more peaceful, better informed, better at balancing human needs with those of the planet, and richly creative. The university is in it, as they say, for the long haul, because it is obvious that such a goal will not be easily or quickly achieved. Great scientific discoveries and breakthroughs in thought take time and patience, as does the work to explore and to develop potential applications for such discoveries for positive social benefit. So the pursuit of human and societal health and well-being is a long-term investment. The positive ambition which drives the university is in that sense open-ended. It is an energetic and relentless pursuit of answers to the questions we pose for ourselves and of solutions to the problems that impede human advancement. As graduates of McMaster, you are part of that ambition. Indeed, you're one of the most important ways in which our desire for a brighter world can be realized. Your natural talents and energy, combined with the skills and disciplines acquired during your studies, make you powerful agents for social change. You must have confidence in that, believing, as Marie Curie wrote, that you are gifted for something and that this thing, at whatever cost, must be attained. My hope is that you will use this power, each in your own way and in your individual lives, in service to a properly ambitious vision for the world you will want to inhabit. And I hope finding the place in that vision for your personal aspirations will also bring you great joy and satisfaction. We are immensely proud of you. We have great faith in you, and we look forward to seeing what you will achieve. Our warmest best wishes go with you all. Thank you.
Congratulations to the class of 2018. As a fellow McMaster alumna, I'm looking forward to seeing where you all go from here. I think the one thing I can promise you is whatever you think it is today, when you look back in 15 years, you'll say, I never thought I'd be doing this. So I wish you all the well doing it. And I think just what I found interesting is both Dr. Hall and your valedictorian commented on the fact that, and as did President Dean, that we're here to celebrate you as individuals, but also you're part of a larger group. And that in actual fact, to get to where you are, you were standing on somebody else's shoulders. And I think everybody in this room at one point has stood on somebody else's shoulders as they try and reach their potential. And all I remind you is that as you go out into the world, your shoulders need to be broad enough to help those coming behind you to be able to reach their potential. And as Dr. Bridgman says, you can welcome at the Alumni Association. You notice that he got dragged in very young. I have to tell you that McMaster and I parted ways when I graduated and for 30 years forgot each other. All right, but there is a point where you come back and say, this was a superb education I had here. I understand why it is one of the best universities in the world. And to try and make sure that that opportunity is available to other people as this university grows. And so I just wish that all of you can have that opportunity as well. But in the meantime, all I really want to do today is reiterate what so many speakers have said on this stage, is how proud we are of you, how much we wish you all the best as you go forward. And so congratulations and best wishes. Now, I have one final announcement. I would ask that you please remain standing at your seats until the academic procession and the graduates have left the hall. And finally, please join now in the singing of our national anthem. After the singing of the anthem, this convocation stands adjourned.